What was I saying?
I don't know. What were we saying? What were we talking about, guys? Before that. What? Oh, yes. Thanks.
So... I love how there's just so many unanswered questions sitting in the air
just
right now.
everything, everywhere.
You're a very good interviewer because you just
Really?
like question. Sometimes you don't even wait for them.
But I feel like that's the problem now. I'm just like, we are ready.
Really?
We're going already.
This can be the intro.
We're gonna keep that in.
Yeah, we're gonna
keep that in. Where she shaded me before I even got to introduce her again.
Sorry, it's meant with love.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm
I
saying
receive
you're
it with love.
very good
I know, but I
interview.
feel like I talk a lot and I talk very fast. So sometimes it's just like. Brrr.
But it's good. It's
I've been
perfect
told
for
that I speak too
what you do as your as your job.
I'll take it. So welcome back a whole year later.
Thank you.
A whole year later. We were saying just now that it's not that we didn't make plans to meet. It's just that when there's kids involved, it's very difficult to meet.
Yes.
But maybe we'll be more intentional after this.
I hope so. I would like for our babies to meet.
Yes, I want to see them playing together.
Same.
Tululu, you want to play with the babas? Talia's in the room with us today.
How is she? Does she like other kids?
She does. She has friends. She has a lot of friends. She's got two girls, two other girlfriends, one little boy and one older boy. That's her friend.
That's very
They meet
sweet.
every Sunday.
Do you see? That's
Yeah.
the nice thing about the fact that you guys go to
She's
church.
very used to those kids because she sees them every week.
That's very
She
sweet.
sees them every week. And she's used to our friends also. Like there's certain adults where she sees them and she starts crying. But she's used to our friends because she sees them every week.
The stranger danger is real, hey?
Sometimes I like it though. Does your baby go to other people? I like it because Talia stays with me. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes
You know
I'm like,
what?
I need a little bit of a break.
Milano and I were just saying that she's too friendly.
Ah,
She's too friendly. She does have stranger danger for men.
Okay. Talia
So
also.
when she sees men, like she gets very, unless it's people that we see all the
She
time.
knows, yeah.
But actually, not even. Whenever we go like to a restaurant and stuff, and like waitresses come and they're like, "Hi, baby," she want to go with them, and I'm just like, "Girl, you need to be a bit more selective. You can't just go to everybody." But it's okay. I think one of the things that I actually hoped for when I was pregnant was that we'd have a friendly baby. Because I know like we have friends, a lot of family.
Yeah.
We like to do stuff with people all the time. So I think it would be very hard if you had a baby that...
Yeah. How was it
Didn't
going to
like
a
to.
restaurant the first time?
Honestly,
baby?
I think we did it at... I think it was like her 2-week checkup or something like that.
Really? With her?
So we just...
Wow.
From the doctors, we went straight to the restaurant and we
Okay.
just sat and had breakfast. And I think we did it like right out the gate.
Okay.
And it was very comfortable.
Okay.
She was a very, very
Chilled
chill
baby.
newborn.
That's good.
So the transition was a nice transition for
Okay.
us.
And
for you?
now it was good. It was good. She likes, when she was younger, she'd be, you know, that time when they newborns and you're like, this is so hard. But now looking back, I'm like, all she did was sit still. It was so nice because now they don't sit still. Yeah. So now she loves going to restaurants because she likes to eat what we eat. So what's your baby eating? Because Talia is over purity and those Woolies pouches. She wants food now. She eats rice every night. Rice and whatever we make for supper, I wash it and I give that to her.
Same.
Wow, these Indian babies.
Yeah.
These Indian babas.
Yeah. So I think I tried the purity stuff with her in the beginning and I think she kind of enjoyed it, but then she was like over it. She wanted what we were eating.
Yeah.
So we just been giving it to her. Just like obviously baby friendly and like choking safe.
And not like crab curry with lots of chili powder, yeah. So for Talia, I used to cook a lot of her food when we first started feeding her. And then only recently I started giving her those Woolies pouches because it's just easier.
Don't you
but
feel
she's
like
not
that was so
interested.
stressful though?
It
Making
really was.
everything.
I enjoyed it, but also to try and think of what to cook for her than what to cook for us. So I'm happy
Yes.
that she's eating what we eat now.
And I think
to an extent.
one of the things that I struggled with, I felt like I was very bad at planning because number one, you're tired. You're stressing about like, is my baby okay? This, that, like as a new mom
And you
with
don't
a
have a
new
nanny.
baby. No.
Still.
No.
1 year later.
And 1 year later, no nanny. It's just Milano and I.
Wow. Does
we
he
don't
work
have
from home?
our parents. Yeah, he doesn't work from
Oh
home.
my gosh. Is your car looking a little worse for wear? Head over to Apex Detailing on Instagram, the ultimate car destination for your detailing requirements. At Apex Detailing, they give your car the royal treatment with a 2-year ceramic coating that keeps your paint gleaming, repels dirt and water, and makes washing a breeze. Valet services are also available and include a clay bar treatment and a 2-stage machine polish to eliminate those pesky swirl marks. They handle all makes and models, private or commercial. Apex Detailing has your car covered. For more information, you can find them on Instagram at Apex Detailing ZA. That's APEXDETAILINGZA.
In the beginning, he did take a few days. He did like a little paternity leave.
Yeah.
But okay, bye.
Bye, Ollie.
But yeah, and both our parents don't live in Joburg, so the help is very like few and far between.
Jeez. Well, you're doing a great job.
Thank
so
you.
you
So
haven't
are
had that.
you.
I have help, but thank you. I have help.
With or without help, being
it's
a parent
true.
is
It's
crazy. But yeah, like I felt like I wasn't able to plan. I felt like I wasn't able to just be better prepared. I don't know what it was. Like I get flustered and overwhelmed, and then my organization skills just go out the window. So I was like waking up in the morning and then, okay, what can I make for her today? And then I'd be cooking it and then giving it to her like then and there. So I wouldn't like make stuff, put it in the freezer, freeze the stuff.
So it was all fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that stressed me out. So then I was like, you know what? Maybe I can start doing pouches and glass bottle little purity thingies.
Yeah.
And that took so much stress off. And I started enjoying the
Cooking
feeding process a lot more.
Yeah.
And
And
for
now
you?
she's just
Now she
having
just eats
adult
whatever.
food.
Yeah.
It's so much easier that way.
So much easier.
To officially start 3 hours later, what is your rose and thorn for the week? And while you think about it, I'll tell you mine. So my rose for the week is that I got to do my hair yesterday. I feel like whenever you can do something for yourself as a mom, it's a win. So I'm happy that I was able to do that. And my thorn for the week is that I lost a ring of mine.
Oh, man.
I don't know when and I don't know where. I've been looking at old photos trying to find when last I wore this ring. I looked everywhere except in between these couches, which I'll do afterwards. But I can't find the ring. And the last photo I saw wearing it was potentially in January this year. So I don't know where it is.
Girl.
And it's expensive and I don't know where it is. And I'm just like, oh well.
Losing jewelry is always a tough one.
Trevino doesn't think it's in the house. I think it's here though. He thinks it's gone forever.
Gone forever.
Yeah.
You know what? Just have faith. Sometimes
Get a
it'll
new
turn
one.
up in like a pocket.
I looked in all my pockets. I looked in all
Yeah.
my shoes. I looked in shoe boxes. I looked everywhere. But I'll
Maybe-
find
yeah,
it.
may-
I'll find it. I know it's in this house. I'm going to find it.
Just have faith. Just have faith. Okay. I don't know if I have a thorn for the week. Do I have a thorn for the week?
That's great.
You know what? I don't want to be that mom, but okay, my thorn for the week is teething.
Ooh.
But you know what? I'm saying it now, so it's probably going to be rough tonight. But she's doing pretty good
That's
with the
good.
teething this time.
That's good.
And then rose for the week is that my mother-in-law is coming to visit. Well, she's here with
That's
us.
great.
So now I have like a little bit of a I can
breather,
breathe.
yeah.
You know, now I can go do lashes
Yeah.
and my nails and my
You don't
hair.
have to cook. She can cook.
Actually, you know what? I was like, you spend time with the baby.
Okay. And I'll do the other
And
things.
I'll do the other stuff because I
Okay.
see my child, you know, she's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
so it's nice to have that little bit of space. And I think this is also a rose
Yes.
for the week.
I was saying, I'm sure you needed this just to come
I
get
did,
out, dress up, no
girl.
baby.
I needed to come yap.
I'm happy on X2 speed.
Yes.
All right. So without sharing too much, because I know you also want to keep these special things for your platform, do you want to share some of your birth story, what you initially had planned and then what happened? Because I know that was two very different things. and just share how that went down.
So, I had initially wanted to have a vaginal birth.
Unmedicated, hey? That's what you said.
I was, yeah, if I could.
Yeah.
If I could. I wasn't opposed to like an epidural or whatever. Obviously, you don't know. Being a first time mom, first time giving birth. I wasn't opposed to having an epidural. I was just like, okay, I'm going to go in and see how everything works out.
Possible.
Unfortunately, I ended up having to induce because I was full term and the sciatic pain was killing me. Like I was struggling to walk. And I think at that point, being fully, like heavily pregnant, like full term and not like struggling to stand up and sit down, and the pelvic pain.
I remember that.
Girl.
Yes.
And like just suddenly, you're walking and then you get this pain that's like shooting down your leg and you can't move. And like Milano would have to come and help me. He would have to carry me to
and
like
at that
put me
point,
down.
you're already over it because you've been pregnant for such a long time. You're
like,
hot.
We were trying everything to like kickstart labor and she was comfortable, clearly.
It was warm in there.
Yeah, it was warm. And yeah, I ended up having to have a C-section because she wasn't positioned properly. And so it sucked. I labored for 8 hours.
Wow.
I was very sad. I was very, very sad. And disappointed. And I felt like I kind of ruined it by going to get induced. Crazy because I'm like saying that for the first time.
Wow.
But yeah, like I'm just what don't I mind sharing? So the C-section was very quick.
Yeah, before you go there, how do you feel now looking back, knowing that you didn't mess it up? How do you feel now?
I'm obviously very, very grateful and thankful for the fact that it went so smoothly because you hear some stories.
Yeah.
And, she was happy, healthy. And the funny thing is,
you were happy, healthy.
I was happy,
maybe
healthy.
not happy.
Yeah, not happy. Sad, healthy.
But healthy.
But like, guys, C-sections are actually so serious. I don't think humanity realizes how serious C-sections are.
Yeah.
You are literally being sliced open in half, and the healing is just so crazy. Like your organs are just like flapping in the wind. Like it's crazy. You going to the bathroom and laughing, coughing, like that stuff is just so,
everything is weird.
You feel just
It's
so
new.
vulnerable.
Getting off the bed, sitting on the toilet is a whole thing.
And I think one of the crazy things for me was the painkillers are so strong. If you're taking the painkillers, okay, not if, but you're taking the painkillers and they are so strong, you don't feel what's actually happening with your body.
Yeah.
And when you, like, the first few days in hospital, I was getting like fed, I was getting my medication on time. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy,
nice. Yeah.
Getting out of bed, just trying to be super mom and like trying to do everything. And then afterwards, when I got home, I wasn't taking my medication on time because I was forgetting. And then I was like, what the heck is going on? So that was quite an adjustment. But yeah, like the epidural. Shoot. Okay. I don't want to scare people. I still get pain sometimes. And you?
All the time. Every morning. So it's not what we planned, but it's what makes her happy. Talia sleeps in the bed with us. So I always wake up.
Same. Don't feel bad.
Please don't shame me. I wake up every morning and I'm like, my back. To bend over, to change her anywhere other than the table that's high. Like, my back. It takes me a while to get up. I'm like, with my spine. It's wild.
Are we really 30? Because we're feeling 50, 60 over here. Like
I saw a meme that said my skin is like a teenager, but my back is like a pensioner.
Yes.
I'm like, that's me. That is exactly me.
Just like, I obviously don't want to scare people, but I feel like if
scare them, let them know.
People already don't want to have kids, and they're going to come on here and be like, you're fear-mongering us. But yeah, when you have an epidural, you're gonna have that pain in your back. I think I've reached a point where it's not like unbearable anymore.
yeah.
It's okay. But if I do something that's a little bit strenuous, then
It's
I'm
just
like,
there and you're like, back.
what is, yeah. So I think just trying to strengthen your back a bit. Like, I haven't had time to exercise. I don't have time to go to like Pilates or anything. So I use my baby as a way to strengthen myself. And then I'll like walk around the house and do like little exercises. And I feel like that's helped. So
Quick sidebar.
Yeah.
Do you think that you will get help? Because I've seen a difference in my own life where I'm able to do stuff for myself that's just me without baby. So do you think that you'll be able to get help at some point? Do you want to get help at some point so that you can have more time to yourself? And not saying that for those who don't have kids, who might feel like, why do you not want to be with your kid? I feel like it is very important, especially as first-time moms, as a young couple, to be able to spend time away from everyone for yourself. So how do you feel? Do you think that that's going to happen one day, or?
So honestly, I'm scared. I'm so scared. I wouldn't know where to start. I think like it's all good and well to be like, okay, let me try and find a nanny online or whatever it is. Some of our friends have had a bad experience and we were like front row witnesses to that. So that scares me. Honestly, I feel like at this point, I don't know if I'm going to get a nanny. My gynecologist was like, girl, you need just at least one day in the week to yourself. And I have thought about it. Hi. In an ideal world, I think if somebody just happens to fall into my lap, universe, God, this is me manifesting. Our helper that comes Mondays and Thursdays, my baby really loves her.
Okay.
She gets along with her really, really well. So on days where I really do need, like if I'm going for a nail appointment, I'll bring her with me.
Okay.
And then she'll sit with baby and like keep her entertained, and then I get my nails done.
Okay.
Or my mum comes up once a month for about a week, and then I just fit all my stuff into that period.
Okay.
So I think for now I have been able to work around it.
Okay. So you are still making time for yourself.
I am still making time for myself. And then like when I want to do stuff with the girls, with my friends, then I'll work around his schedule, and then he'll take her for the day or whatever it is. And for now it's been working out. I think maybe if she gets older, I don't know.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been working for now.
Yeah.
But I think,
as long as you're okay and you're taking care of yourself too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So you and I have both decided not to show our baby's face rather on social media. But there's also like some things that we've shared and the other one hasn't. So I've shared her name. You've shared your baby's date of birth, I think. I haven't shared mine.
I shared it and then I deleted it.
Okay.
Because I was like, let me just not be an oversharer on this one thing in my life.
So why did you decide to keep baby's name off social media?
Milano and I just decided that we wanted to keep
Oliver. That's going to be in, right? Just by the way, it's a beautiful name.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, so is your daughter's name.
Thank you.
So stunning. But yeah, we just decided that we wanted to keep that to ourselves. I think with the type of careers that you and I in, it can be very easy for people to end up oversharing. And I am a chronic oversharer. So I've had to learn how to keep certain things private. Yeah. Because not everybody needs to know everything. So yeah.
I like that answer. How do you think your mindset has changed since you became a mom? More specifically, a girl mom. Okay, answer the first part first and then we'll talk about the girl mom part.
Please repeat the question.
How do you think?
This is so much. This is so much.
Okay, how do you think your mindset has changed since you became a mom?
The most important thing for me is wanting to raise a very strong, independent, brave daughter. A daughter that doesn't have to, as far as I can, fix things that we have broken in her growing up. Because obviously parents don't do it intentionally. But they do create traumas within us as children. And I think stuff that has just been so like normalized in society, like certain phrases and things like that.
The way people speak is so important.
Yes.
So important.
I really have been trying to be conscious about stuff that we are exposing to her. Whether it's language, whether it's people not being able to respect boundaries. How to set boundaries. How to deal with people that are not being respectful of those boundaries. What we are allowing, how we are allowing people to treat us in front of her. What we are subjecting her to. Whether it's family, whether it's friends, like I think we've just been
very conscious. I like that.
Because as being firstborn daughters.
I was just going to say that last week or whenever we filmed the other episode, the therapist, I did ask her about this and she was saying it happens to the eldest children because it's the parents' first time. So there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of trauma that we go through that's not intentional. Our parents were trying our best. That's why there's always such a big gap between the eldest child and the rest of the children. So I think we're doing good though. I don't think we should be hard on ourselves. I like what you're saying because we've also been intentional about certain things. Like, for example, after this, as much as I don't want to, we're going to go to the park so that we're not just, I don't want to be, and if this is you and your family, then that's fine. But for us, I'm saying I don't want us to be that family who only watches TV for entertainment. I don't want that. So even during the week, we try not to watch too much TV, or I really want us to eat dinner at the table or go out and do things. I want her just to have more experiences and do different things.
And be open to trying different things as well. Because I feel like we unintentionally get stuck in a rut and then you become so used to just being at home. And then when it's time to like do something different, it's like you get so anxious because it's like, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself
I'm
into?
just cold. I don't want to go out, but it's fine.
I'm lazy, girl. By the time it takes me to get me ready, her ready, him ready, all of us ready, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm just like, what is the point? Because it's winter now. It is cold. And stuff does like, it gets dark early. And it's like, do we really want to go out at this time?
And then you go out and you come back and your baby is sniffing and you're like, this is going to be like here for a whole week or something.
Ruined it. Now I messed up the schedule. Like, it is a lot. It is a lot. But funny enough, Milano and I are actually, well, me personally, I am breaking generational curses.
Hallelujah.
In my family. And he is second generation doing that. And so I think it's just interesting to see how we're having to be very protective and very strong with the boundaries that we're setting. And yeah, I just want to teach my girl that it's okay to say no. It's okay to not do things just because somebody wants you to do it, but you don't want to do it. Like,
especially the thing of giving someone a hug and a kiss. I feel like if you don't want to fist bump, high five, say hi. I'm that way. I don't always like hugging people. My mom and Trevino will hug a person. If Trevino sees someone every single day, he's going to hug them every day, like a visitor. Yes. For me, if I saw my mom yesterday, I'm not going to give her a hug again today. I'm like, I saw you already. But my mom and Trevino are huggers. But for me, I feel like if you don't want to hug someone, especially that, because it's like a physical thing, I'm like, if you don't want to, then it's fine. You don't have to. Give them a high five or whatever.
But, and you know, the crazy thing is, like, the line is so fine. Like, our parents would, or I know for myself, my parents would be like, every time we'd go to like my parents' friend's house, it'll be like, okay, go to everybody and go and greet them by name. Be like, hello, uncle, hello, auntie,
this
so-and-so.
This is an Asian thing, definitely.
Yeah. Fortunately, it wasn't that we had to hug. But I do know with some people, it's respectful to do that.
Yeah.
And if somebody doesn't feel comfortable hugging you, let's normalize not having to do that, and that it's not going to be looked at as disrespectful. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, yeah, like I'm saying, the line is very fine, and the older generation we're slowly teaching them. Don't know if everybody's going to get it, but yeah, it is what it is. So
the one thing that I've learned is that if you aren't firm with your boundaries, other people aren't going to be either. Is there anything specific in you that has changed since having a daughter?
I think I've always been very vocal about, I don't want to say equality and feminism because I know people are going to come for me, especially because I'm a stay-at-home mom. But
listen, being a stay-at-home mom is not what, I also joke about it. It's not what people think it is. It's really not. Only when you're in that position, you're like, this is a lot. This is a lot.
It is. And it takes a huge toll on like your mental health.
It's everything. A physical thing. It's an emotional thing. It's a mental thing. You need to still figure out, like I said, how to pour into yourself. Then you're also a wife. Then you're also this and that and that. It's a lot. It's a lot.
You're everything for everybody else. And then you also have to be everything for yourself.
And I don't know about you, but I found that sometimes you everything to everyone else, and then you have like 1% left for yourself, and you're like,
girl, sometimes not even that.
I'm just going to sit here and scroll on my phone and watch TikToks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready to go to bed, you hear the baby crying.
Yeah, you're like,
what did I do to myself?
That happens to me, and I'm like, I should go pee now before she wakes up. And then I'm like on my phone, and then she wakes up, and I'm like,
yeah.
Well,
yeah, so the girl mom thing. I've always been very vocal about my feelings about things surrounding being a woman in society. And I am just a lot more vocal. I am the type of person who does not like confrontation. Confrontation makes me very anxious and afraid, and I don't ever want to hurt other people's feelings, even though my feelings may be getting hurt. That people
this is the eldest child thing.
Yeah. That people pleaser in us. And I think now, as hard as it is, I'm realizing that if I don't say it, she's not going to be able to say it for herself. So if she's uncomfortable, if she doesn't want to do something, if people are trying to feed her and she doesn't want to eat that food, I have to be the one to say, she's fine, she's done.
Yeah.
You don't need to force her.
Yeah.
Because you know this thing about the old people, they're like, no, the baby must eat the food.
Yeah, and they must finish it also.
She's not hungry.
Yeah.
She knows herself and how she's feeling. If she's hungry, she'll eat later.
Yeah.
And so I'm adjusting to having to speak up.
But I'm happy that you are doing it. Not a lot of women can say that they are.
It's hard.
So I know.
It's hard. Are you able to?
I don't know if people are, for lack of better words, scared of me. But I feel like I'm not always in positions where I have to say something. I feel like maybe people are scared and they don't do stuff because they know I'm like, I don't know. But I don't. But when the time does come, it depends on who's doing something. Because I also don't like confrontation. So I'll just be like, Trevino.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. Yeah. How has your fashion sense evolved since becoming a mom? Can I just say, was it a Vogue event that Vogue Eyewear event?
Yes.
When I saw you wearing that dress, I'm like, damn, did she really just have a baby? Because you looked, I'm like,
Vogue event? Which Vogue event? With the blazer dress?
Yeah, no, wait. There was one that was like, it was like, I'll find it. Was
it like a beige outfit?
I can't remember. Let me go look for it. Tell us how your fashion has evolved. Let me find this photo.
So, this is a hard one because literally like the year before I felt pregnant.
Girl, your feet is so pretty.
Thank you. I'm trying. I don't know. It's been annoying me. So I was like, I have to fix it. The year before falling pregnant. Oh.
But there was another dress I think that I saw. But yeah, you look so good there.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Girl, the breastfeeding. I don't know.
I feel like I lost weight and then I gained weight again. Now I'm just like,
Weight is such a yeah. But fashion wise, I was in my hot girl era the year before I fell pregnant. So I was like mini skirt, crop top, this, that, heels. And then just like doing the most.
Yeah.
So I was dressing like very sexy. I was feeling myself. So I was dressing like I said, mini skirt, crop top, this, that. So when I fell pregnant, it's not that society made me feel any type of way. I personally was just like, I want to still be feminine and sexy, but in a more womanly way, in a more sophisticated way. So it was a very big adjustment because especially when you're breastfeeding,
you can't wear things.
It's all these button up, flippin' stuff that just looks so frumpy. And
it's so annoying.
Yeah, so I felt frumpy and untidy for the longest time.
Yeah.
And like, it just looked unflattering. So then I started like trying to figure out ways in which I could still be breastfeeding friendly, but in a more cute way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I'm still trying to figure it out. Some days I put on an outfit that I've planned in my head and I'm like, this looks horrible. And then take everything off, start again.
At least you have the patience for that. If I feel like my outfit's ugly, I'm like, I don't care. We're moving. Let's go.
I think I know that if I look good to myself.
Joseph, he's putting the stove on there.
I know that if I look good for myself, I feel good. So I do like to put in that extra effort to zhuzh up an outfit or whatever it is. But then I'm sitting on Pinterest at like...
I think you are good at it though.
Thank you.
You are very good at fashion.
Thank you.
I've never, I don't know. It's just, it's not something that I've given energy to as yet. I'm like, ugh, it's so much effort. I do like consider what I'm wearing, and I feel like if there's one or two things that I don't like about it, I'm just like, you know what, we need to get out of the house now. Like last week Sunday for church, I'm like, do I really like this outfit? I don't care, but we're late. We need to move.
That's also one of the hard things is trying to find the time. Because when I'm at home, I look like a potato. Like, I look horrible. I'm in pajamas. 90% of the time. With the bun there, with my baby hairs all over the place. And, like, showered only at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So, when it is time to go out and do something, I'm, like, already mentally thinking, what do I have in my closet that I'm feeling like wearing? And then I start planning in my mind the night before or whatever it is.
How has your relationship with Milano changed since becoming parents?
I feel like it hasn't changed much. We're still very goofy and playful, which is weird because I said this to him all the time. I say, who allowed us to be parents? Like, we are still kids, you know? Even though we're in our 30s, we're 30 now. And it's like, we still do silly stuff. We still play. We still tease each other. The only hard thing is not being able to like cuddle at night when we're sleeping because we've got the baby in the bed with us. No judgment.
Do you guys make time to go on dates?
When my mom is up,
we
do try. He's actually been more mindful about it, which I'm very thankful for. And I think you can relate. Without our partners, we wouldn't be the mothers that we are.
It's very important who you have a baby with. I know that people say it like from the men's perspective, but I think it's also very important for women who your baby daddy is, because to have someone that's present, that's supportive, that's helpful, that's loving. Yeah, it's very important.
That sees that, you know, sometimes, okay, maybe my partner needs some slack to be picked up, and they pick it up.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm very grateful. I'm very, very, very blessed. I think we mentally prepared. We mentally prepared ourselves. I think we were at the perfect age. Yeah. So it's been a very smooth transition for us. Obviously, like, you have those days where everybody's
annoying,
sleep deprived, and then, you know, you mom rage and you like fight with everybody. But it is what it is. Like, you make up and then you carry on with your day. I think one of the hard adjustments in the relationship is me having mom rage and me being the firecracker in the house. And me having to be like, okay, I need to calm down.
Also, when you're a mom, your fights can't last. Like, you can't be angry the whole day anymore.
Yes.
Like, I need your help. I'm sorry, help me.
And you can't also do like the traditional fights because you can't be shouting at each other and then the baby's just there staring at you. You have to be like super calm, which I think has been the best thing for me.
I think it's good, yeah.
Because as an eldest daughter with the traumas, you feel like you're not heard. So then you start shouting, you start speaking loud, and you speak with a lot of aggression. Or I can speak for myself.
Is he also an eldest child?
Yes.
Same.
So it's helped. Oh, it's helping. Because let me say, I still have slip-ups. But it's helping me be more mindful about how I'm addressing issues. And me... Did you experience mom rage? You're so lucky. You're so lucky. But yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. When I saw people talking about it on the internet, I was like, what is this? Like, you can just take a deep breath and you'll be fine. But it's literally like angry outbursts that you cannot control.
I'm happy Trevino stepped out because I think he would say something different. I think but I've always been that person where I let things, like, I bottle things up and then at some point I'm just like... So I've always been that type of person. Yeah. Unfortunately.
The funny thing is when I was, same. I've always also been that person that I try to like keep the peace. In my relationship, I'm like, if something's annoying me, I say it then and there. With the trauma and the lack of sleep and being triggered easily and all of this, it's not a good combination.
Yeah, definitely.
And then learning to communicate about things that you're learning and he's learning at the same time. Sometimes it can be like a bit hectic, but yeah, I think it's just about making the effort to understand each other, because communicating is the easy part. It's the understanding and implementing that's the hard part.
I think in your case also, you are with baby the whole day, every day. So I think that's what also could be making it a bit harder for you. Because I know when there are days where it's just Talia and I alone, and then Trevino comes home and then I'm already irritated and Ollie is running outside in the grass, bringing grass in. It's a lot.
And the house is upside down because you didn't get a chance to do this and do that.
There's a lot going on.
And then when the baby does take a nap, you're so tired, you end up doom scrolling rather than doing the stuff that you need to do.
Yeah.
And then you just get fed up and annoyed with everything. Yeah.
Are there any relationships in your life that have maybe fallen away since having a baby, or new relationships that have started? Or how has your other relationships other than you and Milano, how have those evolved since becoming a mom?
I don't know what it is, but I feel like, and I don't know if you experience the same thing too, but I feel like when we felt pregnant, the universe was just like magnifying all the flaws in all the different friendships, or what we thought were friendships at the time. The universe magnifies those things, and the universe takes friendships away. It's like this natural purging that happens. You start seeing people for who they really are. Unfortunately, it sucks. It's sad. It hurts. But at the end of the day, I think when you're pregnant and you're starting that journey, you know in your mind, my child is my priority, my family is my priority, this is what I need to focus on. I don't have time for shit. Sorry for the language. I don't have time for unnecessary...
You literally don't have time. Yeah. It's you and your family.
Yeah. And the people that care about you and the people that love you, even if they may be busy, going through whatever it is, those people will always make space for you.
Yeah.
And the people that are not understanding, the people that do not have patience, the people that maybe are showing signs of envy or whatever it may be. Unfortunately, when it happened in a way for me and my friendships, that if somebody wasn't happy for me, it showed when I was pregnant. And I was like, do I really want somebody like this around my child?
Yeah.
Do I really want to show my child that this is what you accept within friendships?
Yeah.
So I let go of things that just was no longer for me. Yes, maybe we had good times back then.
Yeah. And it was a season.
It was a season.
Yeah.
But you can't take everybody with you.
Yeah.
And life taught us that during our pregnancy. And fortunately, we were able to build stronger connections with the people that meant, or the people that didn't have like weird energy.
Yeah.
Like the people that were just positive and happy and supportive and loving, those relationships strengthened. And yeah.
Do you have a group of young moms around you? Like people that are the same age group with the kids?
I do.
Okay.
I do. We're very fortunate that the friendships that we have, those people are having babies.
I saw that on your Instagram some time ago, yeah.
Yeah, so there's quite a few couples.
That's good.
And it's been so nice because now our kids can grow up together. It's been hard because we can't spend as much time together as we want to, unfortunately. Because, I mean, we used to be the type of people that every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, we're seeing people doing stuff. And then when you have a baby, you're just like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
One day in the week, maybe we'll go somewhere and do something. But the rest of the time, we just want to spend time together as a family unit, the three of us, and just enjoy the growing process and making the memories and being more family oriented.
It's so funny. I was laughing because we have a close group of friends where we do Friendsmas every year. And last year Friendsmas was the first time where we had like an explosion of kids everywhere, little babies. And I was looking for a photo of all of us together. The adults don't have a photo together. Our Friendsmas photos last year was just the babies. Because they all had matching outfits, so it was just the kids. There's no photos of the adults.
Cute.
The photos that we have together now is with either the adults in the prams or the adults and holding babies. There's nothing of just the adults alone. So we are planning like a lunch date where it's just the parents. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's
and
really
it's not that we
nice.
don't love our kids, but I feel like we also need that time. We've done... The dads have done stuff and the ladies have done stuff also. But I feel like we need that time together without the kids. Because even when we are together, there's always one kid is crying or one kid is licking the floor, or it's a lot.
When you have kids and when you are together, you're not spending time with each other. You're just parenting.
You
all
are
in the
watching
same space.
everyone's kids. Everyone is watching everyone's kids.
It's crazy. Like when me and my girlfriends are planning to do stuff together, we're like, should we bring the kids? And then we're like, maybe next time. Like, we love our kids.
Yeah.
But then there's like that trend going around on social media where the moms are together and they're like hustling like with their babies, doing all the stuff. And they're not spending time together.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen that.
Yeah, I think it's important to do the stuff with the kids, but then to do the stuff without the kids as well.
Can you share one of your very favorite highs and one of your, if you're comfortable, and one of your lows of motherhood that you've experienced so far?
For privacy's sake, I'm not going to say it, but it was, can you bleep this out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you cry?
So funny thing was, I'll tell you about it after. But yes, I did. I did cry. But yeah, it was very cute.
That is sweet.
And then lows, I think the hard things for me, the hard time for me is if I'm feeling like really overstimulated and like just touched out, like you're tired of being touched.
And then Miss Rachel is singing in the background.
You're so overstimulated. The house is a mess.
And then your husband is watching some soccer video on his phone on full volume, and you're like,
no shade, Trevino. But yeah, and just wanting a few moments to yourself, but not being able to do that in the moment because you have to prioritize the baby.
Mama.
That's like one of the hardest. And feeling alone, feeling like I didn't have help. And not because my partner doesn't help me, but because he works full time, it's really difficult.
And also sometimes the baby just wants the mother.
Yes.
What can you do?
Yeah,
What can you do?
Can we talk about that actually? Like, I was just saying that, do you struggle with the mom brain? Because I feel like
No,
sometimes...
Selina said no.
Oh, you're so lucky. I feel like sometimes the thing that I'm thinking doesn't word the way that I want it to word. So, what was I saying?
I don't know. What were we saying? What were we talking about, guys? Before that. What? Oh, yes, thanks.
So, it's easy for people to be like, oh my gosh, baby's spoiled, baby only wants mom, baby doesn't want anybody else. But when it's just you and your man at home, and unfortunately your baby isn't getting settled, you have to step in to settle the baby. And then other people aren't able to do it for you.
I wonder if it's worse for breastfed babies because they are so clingy and attached to us, if that's what happens. Oliver Naidoo!
Getting trouble. Possibly. And I think it's also like moms that we're at home with our babies. Yeah. So our babies just see us the whole day, the whole night. That's what they are used to.
Yeah.
So even though it's great, it's beautiful, it creates so many bonding memories, so much like, all of that good stuff. It's hard because then baby, when they are in a moment of like distress and they want the comfort, they only want it from the mom.
Yeah. So with our nanny, she started when baby was 6 months, but I only recently started leaving her alone with her. So when I come back home, I have to send her a message and I say, please take baby outside so I can quickly go to one of the rooms. Because when she sees me, she starts crying. And it's only been like this week where she stopped, where she's fine. If she sees me, she's like, okay, mom's back.
Yeah.
But before that, she'd look at me and she'd cry because she'd want to come to me. Is that Miss Rachel?
And how do you feel like you manage that? When you go, okay, so how often does your nanny come?
4 times a week now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're doing like full days?
Yeah, but I don't leave the house as often. Well, before the accident, I used to leave the house on a Monday and a Wednesday and I'd go to the gym and then work somewhere. But I haven't left in a long time. Like now I leave once a week or something. But it's getting better. It's getting better for her and for me. She's getting used to the nanny. I'm getting used to leaving her. So it's getting better.
That's good. Yeah. How did you find your nanny? I'm curious. You did tell me.
It was a referral from someone in our complex WhatsApp group. Okay. I sent a message and I said, I'm looking for someone. And then we interviewed like 3 or 4 nannies. And this is the one that we felt peace about. So we went to that. And she's so good. She even makes roti. I can't make roti. She makes roti.
What questions did you ask?
I actually asked the questions.
So interested.
So we have a group of friends, again, the community. Yes. We have a group of friends. So we're like, what do we ask a nanny? Because we've never had a nanny before. So we asked, like, what should we ask her? And then, what did you ask? Have you worked with kids before? Why did you leave your last place? Do you have kids? And then we also had her, like, come for a day for, like, a test. So we checked how she did everything and how she was with baby. And in the beginning, it was hard because Talia didn't want to go to her because she was used to me. So we had to sit together. And there was many weeks, maybe even like months, where I still had her on me a lot. And then as time goes, though, she's getting used to her nanny. So I'm happy. I'm very happy.
I had a train of thought. This mom brain thing is really so bad. You can ask me another question. I'm not going to remember now what I wanted to say.
The last question was about Baba's first birthday. I know you said you don't want to talk about it, but you want to give like a nutshell. What's your thoughts behind a celebration or what you are planning on doing?
I think I'm the type of person that loves celebrating moments. Yeah. I love creating this environment where the memory is just so beautiful. Like the rose tinged,
Yeah.
So I do want to obviously make it very special and memorable. Do want to take lots of pictures, want to do the cake and everything. I don't know if I'm going to do a cake smash, but because we did the half birthday cake smash. Spending the day with like people that we love, our family and friends. I want to keep it small. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people in our lives that we love and that love us and that would want to spend the day with us. We weren't initially going to do anything, but like we just were going to keep it very, very small. But yeah, I think I just want her to have the best day. I want to do something. I want to have stuff there that's like a fun activity for her so that she can have the like the best time. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it.
That is very sweet. Thank you so much.
And what are you guys doing?
We are...
Are you wrapping it up? Sorry.
It's fine. We are having a cake smash photo shoot next week so that we can have those photos. And it's also like a family session, so we'll be there. And then for her birthday, we are just having her grandparents, our parents, our siblings, and then our grandparents. We only have 2 left. So both our grannies will be here. And we're just going to have a setup there with a cake, and then we'll have lunch. And yeah, because I've seen also with her and with other kids, when there's a lot of people in front of them, she gets very overwhelmed. And if a lot of people are saying something at the same time, like if everyone screams at the same time, or the other day, everyone said, "Oh," and she started crying. So I know she doesn't like that. So just keeping it small and intimate, I think will work for her. And then we are going on a family holiday. I keep forgetting that part. We are going on a family holiday too.
Before we wrap, I'll ask you one more question. Did you ever struggle with like impulsive or intrusive thoughts? Really?
Did you?
Yes.
How are you dealing with that now?
How
did you get out of that?
Crazy. So for people that don't know, intrusive thoughts are basically it's something that started when I felt pregnant. For example, I'd be walking up the stairs and I would imagine missing the step and falling and hurting myself and my baby like on the stairs. And even something as simple as driving, you imagine like a car accident and like something really bad happening. Sorry.
The accident thing was me, like when I used to go to work and drive to an office.
And it's very scary. Like even if I'm walking with baby in the store and a man like smiles at her, I'm automatically immediately thinking the worst thing. So I've just had to be like, okay, apparently it's a coping mechanism for moms to predict something that could be possibly dangerous, and it's a way for you to keep your baby safe. So I just tell myself, okay, it's not serious, and
I think
it's gonna be
sometimes
okay.
also our mind tricks us, and it's important to focus on what's real and what's true and happening in that moment, because it's very easy to get
sucked into it.
What is the correct word? Whatever the word is. I feel like,
delusional?
Deluded. Is that a word?
Deluded, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel, look at both of them and like, I don't know. So yeah, I think it is very important to not allow your thoughts sometimes to blur what's actually happening in real life. I know there's different extents to how these things happen, but yeah.
Yeah, because especially with social media, we're seeing such negative news all the time. And I find myself imagining like, oh my gosh, how could a person do something like that to this precious little human? And I just have to be so strong about it. I think in the earlier days, it was easy to get like caught up in it.
Yeah.
But obviously now with some practice.
To this day, I'm still like, if I see something on social, swipe away. When we were in the car the other day and they were talking about something, it was a news. I don't like listening to the news. They were talking about some lady that did something to a child, and I'm like, please change. I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Same. I also have to be very intentional about, okay, I need to switch this off. I need to change.
And it's easy to get sucked in.
It is. Yeah. So yeah, I just... It's interesting how our brains work.
Yeah. Okay, when we done here, we are going to put a date in the calendar to meet.
Yes,
we're doing it
please,
today. We are going to do it today. But thank you for coming back a year later.
Thank you so much for having me.
Is there anything you want to share as a closing thought?
Your baby is a baby for a very short period of time. When you're in the moment, you think like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, this is crazy, I'm drained. You don't see the light at the end. But just remember that it's gonna go by in the blink of an eye. and try your best to just capture moments, live in the moments, enjoy the moments, and just be
present. Be present, Oliver.
Be present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.